We do gender groups twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays. And the reason we do gender group is that each individual client may have issues that he only wants to talk about with a therapist of his own sex amongst other clients who are of his own sex. So therefore on Monday afternoons we split the group by gender. We do the same on Wednesday. And that first group is a process group where they have the opportunity to talk about those kinds of issues. Gender groups are very popular. Monday and Wednesdays are some of our busiest days of the week. Some of the kinds of discussions that happen in gender groups are relationship issues, sexual issues, and just simply issues that the client himself or herself may not want to discuss in front of someone of the opposite sex.
The importance of facilitating female gender groups is to create a safe space where women can come and learn to bond with other women. They learn trust because a lot of women do not come in trusting people. And it's a process, but that's what the female gender groups are about. One common risk factor that happens with chemical dependencies is there's often a lot of abuse in relationships that women have never talked about. It can be physical, it can be mental, sometimes there's sexual abuse, and women are free to talk about whatever's going on in their relationships. A lot of times with parents, there's a lot of guilt surrounding neglect of children, and they feel very unique, like they're the only parents that have neglected their children, and we discuss those issues. Male dependency issues are a big issue. A lot of women come in and they've become financially dependent and sometimes emotionally dependent on men, and we address these needs as well. Codependency issues are big. A lot of times both the female that's in the group and the person that she's in a relationship with use drugs and drink alcohol. And so we find that they put other people's needs ahead of their own in a lot of times a psychological way. And they really start to feel like a failure, and their self-esteem plummets. And our group is to support women and be a part of their recovery. What's rewarding for me about facilitating gender groups is I get to see a whole change of communication with the women. Sometimes they come in and they're passive and very quiet and aren't ready to speak up. Sometimes they come in and they're very passive-aggressive and they're highly manipulative, which a lot of addicts and alcoholics are known to be. Some women come in and they're aggressive and rageful, and what we get to see, what I get to see and witness that I love, is they become assertive women in recovery, where they learn to ask for their needs. They can say, I feel annoyed with a situation before it moves into resentment or rage. Another thing I love and is rewarding for me is that we help each other find their meaning and purpose. Sometimes that's just to remain clean and sober. Sometimes it's maybe they want to go back to school. There are all kinds of things that we are on this journey together. And the thing I think I like the most, what's most rewarding for me about running gender groups, is just the fun and the humor that we start to have. We find out we can have fun in recovery. That is the best part, and they connect with other women. And I kind of liken it to a metamorphosis. It's almost like a caterpillar and then they become a butterfly, and it's just a beautiful, soulful thing for me to watch. They develop compassion for other people, and it just brings me a lot of joy to watch.